This is Abe Friedtanzer from ShockYa, and I'm thrilled to be here with Michaela Pavlátová talking about her film, My Sunny Maad. How are you today, Michaela?
I am very fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. It's nice to be able to speak with you about this very interesting and worthwhile film. So I believe it's based on a book called Frista. When did you first hear about this book?
It was a little bit complicated journey to the book because I have heard something about this name Frista because my producers mentioned that they have got the idea to make the film on this book, live action film, and that they have a very great adaptation. And then I forgot about it. I just knew that they said that the book is great and the adaptation is good. And then I forgot it. And at the moment when I was looking for some book or script, and I just by accident bought this book and I already forgot the title. And immediately I fell in love with this book. And then I realized that it was not just a pure coincidence why I bought it, that there was something rang, that yes, I bought the book because I have heard that there is a script on it. But to make it simple, when I read the book, I felt that it is something what I want to do. And I called immediately to the producers to tell them it shouldn't be a live action film, it should be animation, and I want to do it, I want to make it. And they were quite happy because they didn't succeed to get money, to find money for live action film, for this book as a live action film. And so of course that each producer is happy when they find that the money are not lost, that all the effort which they made with adaptation, that it can be used.
Why did you think that this story was particularly well suited to animation?
I think that the story is absolutely not suited for animation, and it was also my aim, because I hoped in some naive hope that making adaptation of quite realistic book, that it will take my animation film out of the circle of animation festivals, because still many people consider animation as something funny for children, or some people think, oh, that's animation, I hate animation. Some people just don't dislike animation. And I somehow wanted to make a film. It is an animated film because I am an animator, and it is a technique which I love, and I also feel the most strong in it. But it could be, I wanted that people would forget in which technique is done. I just wanted to make the film. So it was also the reason why I didn't want it to find anything for children or anything, any fantasy story. It was as if I would go against something which we consider a theme for animation, but this was a purpose.
I think you pulled it off very well. And I'm curious, what kind of research did you do into Afghan culture to make this film true to life?
It was a research which was done from photographs, from videos, from documentary films, and also from many long talks with the writer and with her family. Because when I read the book, for me, it was not the book about Afghanistan. So what attracted me to the book was the story of the Czech woman who gets married, follows her Afghan husband to Kabul, and lives in the middle of his big family. And for me, it was very intimate story, and that was for me interesting, because I am interested in something which is based on a daily life and which speaks about love, relationships between men and women, about marriage and so on. And so for me, the story is universal and could happen also anywhere else. But the story happens in Afghanistan. And if anything happens in Afghanistan, then it becomes kind of political. You cannot separate it, Afghanistan and privacy and politics. So this is, but I want to come back to your question. I also didn't have such an urgent need to go to Afghanistan, because for me, it was not the film about Afghanistan. And then were also the reasons that the producers don't want the director to travel somewhere where it's dangerous. And also, if I would go there, I could probably only sit at the embassy. And then I thought what I would bring from there. Maybe the smell, which is undescribable. But I could also bring some more motifs, which maybe would take my film somewhere else. So I was not there, and everything is just virtual. All my research.
Well, I think it really does sort of come off the screen, which is nice in a very dynamic way. And of course, the film's title is My Sunny Maad, which refers to this, adopted child. But I don't know that he's really the protagonist of the story. Why did you choose that as the title for the film?
You are absolutely right, because he is not such a protagonist of the story. I don't know if I should tell it, because it is kind of embarrassing, but I know that it happens. Earlier when we made the film, it was already clear that we don't want to call it Frischta, because Frischta, it is the name of the book, but it is a side character in the film. So for me, the main character is Hera. But Hera, it's a brand of the Czech butter. And the producer said, no, we don't want our film to be called like some butter. And so then suddenly came time when we went to some important pitch in a cartoon forum in France, and we desperately needed the title. And then we had brainwashings and nothing came up. And so then we knew that we need something with the family, something positive, something with a child. So then we came with this title, My Sunny Maad. And it was in 2007. And the film was finished in 2021. And we knew that we have many years that is before us to finish the film. So we thought we will come up with the nice titles. We have so much time. And then suddenly last year there was like, oh my God, I'm making this shot with this picture with the title. So what is the title? And then one day we tried again to come up with a new title, and then we just left this one.
Well, I do like it, because I think Maad is somebody who is sort of an outsider and doesn't fit in the same way, and Hera is also like that. So the connection between the two of them, I think, is very strong, and one of the most potent parts of the film. So I think it's a good fit, even if the reason for it is a bit entertaining.
Okay, thank you.
So, and of course, there is another animated film this year that's also not funny and not for children. It has a little bit to do with Afghanistan, and that's Flee.
Yes.
And I imagine you've seen that, and I'm curious if you think, even though this film you say isn't so much about Afghanistan, are the two films related, do you think?
This is so interesting coincidence, because this is Flee, which is a great film, and we are running simultaneously. But in the past years, there was a couple of feature animation films which were not funny and which took place in Afghanistan. And it was a pure coincidence, because if we would know about it, we wouldn't make this film. But when we found that it is a film Breadwinner, or the film Sparrows of Kabul, they are films like 3 years old or something like this. when we found that this film are made or ready to be finished, we already were kind of far in our work. So we just thought, oh yes, we will just finish it. We didn't know about Flea. It was a surprise. It is interesting because there is so many countries and so many problems and so many conflicts on the globe. So and still there is not so many films. So many animation films are about Afghanistan, and I am quite glad from that point of view that I think that it is a now I have attachment to Afghanistan, and you know that there are people. It is so simple to forget Afghanistan because there are always some problems. Afghanistan sucks, and so I think that and when something is unpleasant, people have tendency just not to think about it and to say, please come on, don't speak about it, about the difficult Afghanistan. But there are normal people living there, and I think that I don't think that animation will help in political situation. But there are little drops which I think that all our films together with Flea and with our film and with those mentioned films, that they will maybe help to people at the rest of the universe not to forget about Afghanistan. Or I know that our film is very important for our Afghan colleagues. So we are just the power of films about Afghanistan. And by the way, I am of course that it would be nice to be contender with not such a good film as a Flea, but Flea is a great film, and I see all its successes, and I think that they are absolutely right. And so this just happens. That they are films about the same country.
Right. I like the perspective that, all these films together can really accomplish something. And of course, you've been able to get this film noticed. You've screened at a number of film festivals and even got nominated for a Golden Globe, which is very exciting. How do you feel? Do you think there's a chance the film will be nominated for an Oscar for Best Animated Feature?
Sure. And yes, there is a big chance. And I think that we will get it. No. This is what, I'm speaking to Americans, right? And Americans are always positive. So I should say, yes, we have a chance, and why not to try it? But I think that it is, I don't think that we have chances, but I think that it is good that our producers tried, because there is many good films which are not even trying, because it is not that simple, it is not that cheap, and also US audience and American Academy is quite different taste than the rest of the world, than European festivals, and we can see it. But I think that, I can always say we were the 6th.
Well, I think it's been a really great year for animation and a great year for international animation, and I wouldn't count your film out of the race just yet. So I wish you plenty of luck with it. I appreciate you speaking with me today and look forward to seeing what you do next.
Thank you. And nice talking to you. And I am sending my yellow color to My Sunny America.
Thank you.
Nice talking to you. Bye-bye.
You too. Thanks so much.